Ryan
Happy
Cole
birthday,
stopped
Daddy!
celebrating his birthday the year the first photograph arrived.
Wow, thank you
At the
guys so
time, he was
much!
turning 31. His friends had planned dinner reservations downtown. His coworkers filled his office desk with cheap decorations, and his mother left 3 voicemails reminding him he was too young to be this serious all the time. Everything about the day felt ordinary. Until he checked his mailbox that night. Inside was a plain white envelope with no return address. No postage. Just his name, written across the front in black ink. At first, Ryan assumed it was another birthday card from a relative, but the moment he opened it, something inside him shifted. There was no card. Only a photograph. A little girl, maybe 2 years old, sitting alone on a playground swing staring directly into the camera. Ryan frowned immediately because the child looked strangely familiar. Dark brown eyes. Same crooked smile. Same small birthmark near her wrist. His stomach tightened as he flipped the photograph over. Written on the back were 6 words. She deserves to know the truth. Ryan stared at the sentence for nearly 10 minutes. Before we go deeper into tonight's story, tell us in the comments where you're watching from, and if stories like this pull you in emotionally, subscribe now because the ending of this one will stay with you long after it's over. At first, Ryan convinced himself it had to be some kind of mistake. A prank. Wrong address. Someone else's child. But over the following weeks, the image stayed trapped inside his thoughts. He found himself studying the girl's face late at night, searching for logical explanations for why she looked so familiar. Then he noticed the birthmark. Tiny. Faint. Placed just above her right wrist. Exactly where his own was. That was the moment fear truly settled in. Ryan spent days trying to remember every serious relationship he'd ever had. But one name kept resurfacing no matter how hard he pushed it away. Lena Brooks. They met during college nearly 13 years earlier. Ryan had been reckless back then. Ambitious. Certain his future mattered more than anything else. Lena was different from everyone he knew. Quiet, thoughtful, emotionally honest in ways Ryan wasn't mature enough to appreciate at the time. For nearly 2 years, they were inseparable. Until one night, everything collapsed. Ryan still remembered the fight clearly. Lena accusing him of emotionally disappearing whenever life became difficult. Ryan insisting he needed space to focus on his future. Harsh words exchanged in the rain outside her apartment. Then she vanished from his life completely. No goodbye. No explanation. Her number disconnected within weeks. At the time, Ryan told himself it was for the best. Now he wasn't so sure. Months passed before his next birthday arrived. And with it came another envelope. Another photograph. The same girl, now older, maybe 3 years old this time, standing outside a school holding a small stuffed rabbit. Again, the sentence appeared on the back. She deserves to know the truth. Ryan's chest tightened. Someone was watching him. The photographs continued every single year after that. Age 4. Age 5. Age 6. Always arriving on his birthday. Always without return address. Always showing the girl growing older. Ryan became obsessed. He hired private investigators. Tracked post office records. Even contacted police. Nothing. No fingerprints. No security footage. No trace of who delivered them. The mystery slowly consumed his life. Relationships failed because Ryan couldn't emotionally commit to anyone anymore. He avoided birthdays entirely. Stopped trusting people. Every year he waited for the envelope with equal parts fear and desperation. And every year it arrived. By the time the girl turned 11, Ryan no longer doubted the truth. She was his daughter. He could see himself in every photograph now, the shape of her smile, the way she tilted her head while laughing. Even the sadness in her eyes felt painfully familiar. But the question destroying him was simple. Why had someone hidden her from him for so long? Then, on his 42nd birthday, something changed. Inside the envelope was not just a photograph. There was also an address. No message. No explanation. Just an old house, located nearly 400 miles away in northern Michigan. Ryan drove there the next morning. The farther he traveled, the heavier the feeling inside his chest became. By the time he reached the address, rain covered the windshield and darkness had already started settling across the empty road. The house looked abandoned. Small. White paint peeling from the walls. Overgrown grass swallowing the front porch. But one upstairs light remained on. Ryan stepped toward the door slowly, then froze. Because sitting on the porch steps was a teenage girl staring directly at him. 14 years old now, and unmistakably his daughter. Neither of them spoke at first. The silence between them felt unbearable. Then the girl quietly said, "You took long enough." Ryan felt his entire body go numb. Her name was Emma. And over the next several hours, Ryan learned the truth that would completely destroy everything he believed about his past. Lena never abandoned him. She tried to tell him she was pregnant years earlier. But someone intercepted the messages. Ryan's mother. The same woman who spent years encouraging him to focus on his career. The same woman who constantly criticized Lena during their relationship. The same woman who feared becoming trapped by Ryan starting a family too young. After discovering Lena's pregnancy, Ryan's mother secretly contacted her without Ryan ever knowing. She offered money, threatened legal battles, manipulated Lena emotionally until she disappeared completely. Lena left town terrified and heartbroken, believing Ryan wanted nothing to do with the child. But before leaving, she made one promise to herself. One day, Ryan would know the truth. The photographs were her way of keeping that promise alive. Every year she mailed them anonymously, waiting for the moment Emma became old enough to decide for herself whether she wanted Ryan in her life. But there was something even more devastating Ryan still didn't know. Lena was gone. She died from cancer 8 months earlier. Emma had mailed the final envelope herself. Ryan couldn't breathe after hearing it. All those years. All those birthdays. All those photographs. And he had been too late. Emma showed him boxes filled with old letters Lena wrote, but never sent. Hundreds of pages describing the life Ryan never knew existed. First words. School recitals. Birthdays. Nightmares. Tiny moments that should have belonged to him too. Ryan spent hours crying alone inside that old house, while rain struck the windows outside. Not because Lena kept the truth from him, but because time had stolen something he could never get back. Over the following months, Ryan slowly built a relationship with Emma. Awkward conversations turned into late-night talks. Shared grief slowly became connection. But guilt never fully left him. Sometimes he still sits awake on birthdays, staring at the photographs spread across his kitchen table in chronological order. Watching his daughter grow older year after year without him. A life documented through envelopes and silence. And every time he reaches the final photograph, the last one Lena ever mailed, he notices something he somehow missed before. In the background of the image, reflected faintly in a cafe window across the street, Lena is standing there watching Emma smile. Thin, weak, but smiling too. As if even then, she hoped Ryan would finally find them. If this story stayed with you, leave your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Ryan's mother believed she was protecting his future or destroying it? And if you enjoy emotional real-life storytelling like this, subscribe to Raw Love Diaries for more unforgettable stories every week.